Buddy here to your coverage of the CIS TI7 qualifiers for the International 2017
Grand
Team
Finals.
Spirit. Well done. I almost forgot that one. Team Spirit versus Team Empire. Game 3 of this best of 5, where we currently have Team Empire 2 games up. So far, I want to say convincing wins.
Yeah.
Over Team Spirit, which is surprising after Team Spirit also looks so good today.
Yeah.
But it's a long road.
Empire's just looking very disciplined. Like, they may be looking like they're dragging games on and stuff, but overall, their decision in these games, they're making very little mistakes across the board. It's maybe like 1 or 2 deaths, and then that's about it. Everything else, their decision making and their patience is looking very good. And again, they open up with the first pick AA.
Answer back. CM and SK. Interested to see if Bristol is allowed through once more.
I think Empire picks the same thing. Yeah, I don't think Spirit should leave the Razor though. I think this Razor is actually causing them some massive problems, and they take it out right away. Okay, good. I think that actually limits Empire a lot. I think they really put a lot of their eggs in that basket of the Razor.
It might actually work for it because like they were always putting the eggs in the Razor basket and didn't always pan out. If Team Spirit felt like they knew how to play against it, both Razor and Bristleback, like you ban these heroes out, it forces Team Empire into a different style of battle. Banning the Drows just the safety. We've seen way too many puck leaner Drows that have just had so much damage output.
Same bans pretty much, I think every single game from Empire, right?
No, that hasn't changed at all. Like, Spirit have changed up a little bit. They banned the Arc Warden in the later games, in the later bans. And the Clockwork also a bit of a mix-up.
Yeah, same bans both games from Empire. They did literally the IO, Nightstalker, Void, and TA. So the Void because they see the Sanking and the Jakiro in the last 2 games. This time it's a Sanking. They still take out the Void because it's just very good with those type of combos, and Spirit plays it well. And then, yeah, TA for the matchup in the mid. It's probably one of Iceberg's best heroes as well. So where does Spirit go from here?
Hear the drums? Here come the drums, here come the drums. Hey,
the drums are what made it for me at TI, at like the first 2.
That was pretty sick when they did the drafting, and it was like
It was so loud at TI2 and TI3 and Ben Arroyo when you could hear these drums.
Well, they had real drums at last TI.
I didn't even notice.
The drums did it for me. Wait, oh, you're just meaning the speakers?
Yeah, the speakers. The speakers. It was just like the way that they had it.
Yeah, they muted the in-game sounds.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
And they had the huge ass drums at each of the corners of the stage.
Yeah, come on, dude, it's been a while. Come on, it's been almost a year.
Memory of a goldfish.
Spirit taking their time here on this one.
Wonder how they do, like...
I think this AA is scaring them of a lot of their picks. It's been very successful so far for both teams.
It's been difficult because you can't go for like that burst regenerating, like, oh, we have really superior team fight, but we can't rely on heals. Like, it seems very problematic, and it's issues with the Bristleback. Because what are you going to do? You're going to start live stealing? Oh, wait, no. And they go for the Earthshaker. This is something which has been desperately missing from their lineup. The instant initiation. Something which lets them win the fight from the very start. That's what they were missing.
They do give up their lanes now. They show their whole hand from that pick. And Empire, wow, they pick a Sven straight up there.
They don't care.
BKB carrying core versus this triple full magic damage oriented lineup from Spirit so far. And just pairs really well with the AA.
I'm interested to see how they do their off lane, because this could be a puck mid, and then you could have the combination with the Sven in the form of Darkseer or something along those lines.
It's definitely a possibility.
And then your last one could be the Spirit Breaker. Do exactly what what's been done before. Get very aggressive, get up in their faces.
That seems like the cookie cutter Empire now at this point with the Spirit Breaker AA combo.
It does. And it would be up to Team Spirit then, because if you are going to pick up the SB, more than likely you will... Actually, you may want to see what the Team Spirit has. Like, if they don't have very highly maneuverable cores.
Troll. Into Sven. So Troll can man fight Sven
until
if
BKB.
You have the same. However, once the BKB comes out on the Sven, it becomes a lot harder to really do that. And Sven farms way faster than a troll, and they both do need a decent amount of items. But yeah, Sven acquires them much quicker.
Are they thinking troll mid? Oh, hello.
Oh my God. That's a Veno with AA as well, not just a Venomancer. So AA with Veno is one of the best combos because, you know, since your ult is not lethal on Veno unless you have other poison on, they won't die. However, throw an AA blast on there. Everybody can die, and also it amplifies all of the Veno's damage throughout all the stages of the game. Throw an Ice Vortex down, it makes all of Veno do absurd amount of damage. And versus Troll, the big thing that Troll suffers first lately, especially that we've been seeing and why he's fallen off, is versus this heavy magic damage kind of lineups. And this is very heavy magic lineup already. Good disable coming out from the Sven and the Puck, and they have a lot of kiting.
You also have two heroes you could naturally build into a Veil. Venomancer being the first. Puck only if he's really a mid. Would he build into the Veil?
Spirit actually is banning out the Spirit Breaker, even though they have Earthshaker to kind of like stop the charges if it does come to that. It's too much of a problem for the actual like grand scheme of things. It's not the charges cross map that matter. It's in the fights what he gives. The empowering.
You know what actually what I'd love to see happen. Actually, because Team Spirit's already picked up both their supports, you don't even need to block pick it.
Yep.
Something like a Rubik is normally delayed a lot of the Venomancers just because of his spell steal. But it can still work nicely in this lineup. I'm thinking who's going to be able to harass in that bottom lane in conjunction with the Venomancer. Like, Ancient Apparition's already there. I mean, sorry, in the mid lane. In the mid lane. Actually, is this a mid Veno? Or, because we've had safe lane Venos every single time. But was Ven in the full pool? It actually adds question marks now.
Should be a mid Veno, unless they try to do some.
So mid Veno, safe lane's Ven, off lane Puck. So you just need one more support that roams, and it's a support Venomancer. And we get the jump of the Storm Spirit.
Very little lockdown now on the side of Empire. It's literally just the Sven and the Coil.
This is actually going to be so good for Team Empire if their jungle doesn't get contested.
I'm curious why they would pick the Storm there. Because there's a good amount of lockdown on Spirit. You know, Sand King, Crystal Maiden, Earthshaker, all quite good versus Storm. And it's not a favorable matchup versus most mid laners. And now it's paired against a Lina. So it should be like a dual lane coming out from Team Spirit. It'll be like the Sand King Lina in the mid lane.
It's a Chappy Veno.
Oh.
It's a Chappy Veno and an FN Storm.
Support Sven. Okay. So they threw a big wrench into this one to change it up. I actually think I like that better. Now they at least have the stun is on the support. And Venomancer puts a lot of pressure on the lanes and messes with Troll Warlord, but the Storm Spirit pick, I wonder how he's going to do in that mid lane. He could get punished quite heavily.
Against the Lina is likely. Like, if Ursha can get a... Actually, it's Phobos to rotate.
Yeah. I still overall like Empire's draft, like versus the Troll. I think Troll can suffer a lot in this one, and he takes a long time to get online. And the fact that he takes a long time to get online is... where the Venomancer and Storm. Venomancer makes a lot of space, they pressure lanes, and that's where Storm Spirit farms up and can kind of catch back up if he suffers a bit versus Lina.
It's a lot of money too. The catch up comes from pushing down those buildings too.
Yeah. Wondering if the defense support's going to work.
It's going to get pretty... How do you build the supports of M? I'm trying to think like his item progression, how much space he needs to farm.
I don't think you need too much. I like the drum build. I've even tried, like, I've seen people, or I've actually tried sobering on myself as well on it. It doesn't feel that bad. I don't think we'll see him get it. I think you just go brown boots into some bracers, and you just go for that, and that's fine. But yeah, like the 404 build is pretty good, or 403, and then with your ulti, of course. It's not bad, and the Warcry can be pretty damn good this game versus the... sorry, I blanked out. Versus the Troll Warlord.
You're good. Both teams gonna smoke. First time we've only seen, okay, now the TPs are coming. They took a second to do it. Moposhka to the bottom, Roger at the top, but no one from Team Spirit was TPing out to put down observer wards.
So Boots right away on Roger, so he's gonna be running around the map. Wants to ideally start in the mid lane.
He's there to break the smoke. He just saw FNG do it.
FNG's gonna think there's a ward there now. Yeah, he's pinging it. He's expecting it to be there.
And he just got the sentry.
It's a fake out. But they don't know that FNG placed the ward, so that mid ward will not be.
He played. Then again, that ping just came out. Unless that was... Hey, I didn't actually see the...
I didn't see which color. I looked away for a moment.
Yeah,
I was looking at items.
so I literally looked at you to talk for some stupid reason. But they definitely pinged this area.
Yeah.
What would be the worst thing to do is if they commit 2 sentries to try and get rid of that high ground vision to the Lina.
So I think a cool thing that they could actually do here in mid is they've seen FNG start mid pretty much every game, right? I think you could kind of set up like a trap for him. Like the Sven and the AA could even start mid right at the beginning and just go for an instantly first kill on the mid lane. Just because they know the way FNJ's played. He's done the exact same thing every single game. He's just walked up in the mid lane, either cogged or stunned. I feel like that could actually be a good way to get a free kill onto them. And they have a Venomancer in the safe lane. Veno is kind of the similar thing as Razor that we've been seeing is you can just leave him alone and doesn't really matter. They also are like, okay, it's an Earthshaker off lane. First wave doesn't matter at all. Like first wave, there's no way we can zone him because he just blocks it back.
Well, let's see if Roger does it. He has a Smoke of Deceit. So if he blows it now, they could actually go for it. And yep, there goes the smoke. FNG sitting back. They have vision of him. Roger knows. We'll see the courier bring in supplies. FNG, they're just trying to stay in range. It's Maposhka who's playing the bait game.
He's going to go from the front now, though.
Alright, so comes out. Straight in for Iceberg. You do have the Remnant available with a Chilling Touch bonus damage. Iceberg, the damage is big, but the Borrow Strike from FNG, the space, Iceberg, Fairy Fire will keep him alive. Barely able to do so.
That was cool that they actually went for what I was saying they were going to do. Yay!
Fogged. It's the reason why he beats the Russian analyst.
I had a feeling, you know, like, you want to get a good start for your Storm Spirit mid. You even want to either kill the Lina or you kill the Sand King. It can be great. And this already did secure kind of a good start for Storm Spirit. 8-1 to the Lina's 1-0. Of course, the whole Lina has the whole creep wave under the tower right now, but
it still ensures the fact she got the CS and FNG can't run the interference game that he's been so good at doing so far. Not to mention the consumables that got burnt. A lot of consumables to burn. Storm Spirit getting mana up and running. I say mana up and running. He'll have mana up and running once he has the bottle. So the spam against the Lina will be a little bit more problematic for him. Puck. Harassment on the top lane is going to be all.
But Puck's going to get a good amount up here. It's a dual lane. And Puck can do well to just get the lane back into its favor. Her, it, whatever you want to call it.
And it's a she, right?
I call it a she.
Actually, no, I was told it was a he. I was told it was a he.
Okay, so
FNG and Maposhka battling. Drag the Ancients out. Who can time their attack right?
Oh,
okay,
the neutral creep
he got denied. But FNG has now burnt all of his mana and health. He actually has to go back.
Yep.
So Ancient Apparition just got the better victory out of this.
This was a beautiful move here, bottom by Roger. If you didn't end up catching what was happening, so.
That wasn't.
Phobos, you know you can't lane. Your versus Venomancer is a melee hero. It's impossible. You walk up, this is what happens. You get galed and you get pushed out of the lane. So he was actually trying to pull the side. You know, you pull the hard camp with Earthshaker. You fissure block it and you can pull it. Sven actually runs up and takes the whole wave from him when he does that while he was doing it. So Sven literally walked up, pulled all the creeps from this hard camp and pulled them back down to the bottom lane. So Phobos was trying to do some neat trick, but it gets found out by Roger.
I'm wondering if Chappie goes the normal build we've seen for the safe lane. It's like if he tries to force the lane in, gets the high level up in Plague Wars now, because it's normally been the 2-1-3.
Yeah, he always goes for the 2-1-4 build.
2-1-4?
Yeah.
All right.
They like to get the second point in Gale. I didn't agree when I saw other people skip the second point in Gale, because you get that huge damage increase. It goes from 25-10 to 50-40.
So where they're trying to push the lane in. Like, Roger's helping to beat out the range creeps.
They stack the hard camp and they want to pull the side. They want to make sure that they keep their efficiency and levels on this because they have a Sven AA that's roaming around. They have to make sure that they keep their levels going.
Yeah, they're going to pull the second wave.
Not everything can be successful. So Miposhka is parking himself in the mid lane to try to get a bit of that experience.
And FNG is ready to attack. That's a full creep wave, however. Like, a creep wave and a half, I should say, on top of Iceberg. If he moves forward, it's too much of an indication of what's going on. So they have to back out just a little bit.
I think this is the first golden Lina Immortal I've seen.
Is it?
I haven't seen one till now. I only saw Blitz playing with it the other day, but it looks pretty cool. So Roger continuing to stack. So Chappie gets that little increase of farm, and so that they can find somewhere to get levels later on their supports.
Ghostic saying hi to Vanskull. Orb's going to connect. He jaunts in. He's got a level 1 rift. That's not enough damage, however.
That was close.
And now BZZ will rotate over. Phase shift's available. He can orb in 2 seconds time. And, okay, FNG, Burrows tried to connect. This should be the first blood. He's going to orb, but cannot jaunt out in time. A good time for FNG to rock up, and a lot of extra damage from the double damage rune. But Iceberg, one more attack. Miposhka loses the vision up the staircase. So isn't capable of killing off the Lina, but will force her back to base.
Instantly smokes up. He's trying to make a secondary move, or just some ward play. Puts a ward in the mid lane. Good rotations coming out from him, though. Again, as we've been seeing him do in the majority of these games, finds the puck. Puck, though, level 4 in comparison to the Earthshaker, who is level 3. Earthshaker actually did get the pull off this time to the hard camp. The other one, yeah, you know.
I'm looking at this stacking.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this stacking.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you're talking about
the Earthshaker pulled the whole wave in the bottom side. Yeah.
This one.
Yep. So he's just slowing down Chappie's farm and gets himself some much needed levels and.
He just doesn't get control of the lane fully.
Yeah, he gets it back a little bit, and it makes it so they can't just like chain pull that side camp. It's decent. FN still just exclusively jungling with Pushka mid lane. They do find the stun, and they're able to clean him up quite easily. But that's what they're, that's what's gonna happen every once in a while because of how they're distributing their resources. They have the Storm exclusively jungling and giving the AA experience.
That's the reason why they put the Storm in the jungle.
Yeah.
So now he's got Ball Lightning, ganking the Storm Spirit's very, very difficult. I think they're asking, yeah, bottle refill as well.
Yep.
Easy. You got a Catapult Wave coming in, but it's still a level 5 Venomancer. This is the downside about going for the extra point up in Gale early on. So if you want to force the lane, it's almost impossible to do so without the level 3 wards.
Yeah. Miposhka knows that there's a ward in the mid lane now. He puts the sentry ward down, but FNG still having, I believe, tangos. He actually eats the sentry instantly. So they weren't able to get that D ward going.
FNG's in a bit of a tight spot. He can Burrow Strike out of this.
He's leveled.
But he's hiding in the trees instead.
Yeah.
Miposhka, do not drop that obs.
No, he knows that there's a sentry there. He had his ward eaten.
Storm Spirit's jumping in. Oh, they're trying to dodge the first stun. Can't dodge the second one that comes in from Roger. And with a Chilling Touch bonus damage, the Lina is cleaved up. FNG is still in the neighborhood. It's combined with Vanscore previously. And this time around, well, he can't do anything. Vanscore doesn't have mana. So he just harasses Miposhka a little bit further out of the lane. And Chappie's now farming up that side pull. This is a great way to get quick levels onto a Venomancer.
Yeah, already going to be level 7 in this game.
Yeah.
And this is where it's time to pressure the tower.
It's unbelievable actually how fast a Venomancer can farm. And when you give him the safe lane, he gets the 30% experience talent, you can't stop him. Like, the second you try and stop him, he'll go into the jungle for a short period of time and get more levels than you can possibly achieve.
Yeah. It's just how much he threatens. He puts so much pressure on this bottom tower, and then it's the same rotation that we keep talking about. He gets the Veil, moves toward top, takes the safe lane tower too.
And when he has the Veil, then he can actually synergize with the puck on the off lane to give some damage. And Ghostic needs it. Like, Ghostic needs the space. Even if Ghostic has to go to the bottom lane so he can get, like, space for levels and farm after the first rotation. Just good movement.
Yeah. Everyone trying to be as efficient as possible with the way that they distribute that experience.
FN does not have a lot of life. Lina will return. Burrow Strike. FN really did not have a lot of life.
That was a bizarre way to play that. They knew that... Oh! Iceberg goes for the Laguna play. They know that the mid ward is there, though. That's why it's like, I don't understand why he was actually staying there for so low. I guess he was really trying to push the limit of his hero, but yeah.
Unless they thought it was just a sentry, or did he actually physically saw the ward?
He put down a sentry ward and he saw the ward, and then it got dewarded. So they do know that that vision is there.
Roger. Just getting attacked. He's got Warcry level 1. He actually went for level 2 cleave over the bolt.
Yeah,
Miposhka dead. Iceberg will take him. Cold Feet won't do really anything. Iceberg's rotations can be so easy, especially when he's got a haste rune. Run in again. Light Strike Array. Storm Spirit. Remember, he's still got that ability to get out. Ball Lightning back to the tier 1 tower. But you have to commit all of his 1 charges and all 3 bottle charges to get back up closer to full.
That's a really good call, though, that you say. Like, the Sven has the 2 points in cleave. I guess he wanted to be able to farm those like camps that he was stacking, but...
Either that or he's looking to help push the lane with Chappie.
I definitely do not agree with that, just because he is the support. Like, you're not really... That's not really your job in this game to be pushing lanes out like that. You're a walking stun and Warcry. But either way, we'll see if it can work out for him if he can get a pretty kind of farm down this hero.
Turning him into the core. After Venomancer leaves. Oh, Chappie?
I think that was a misclick.
Has to have been.
They start spamming. So full veil finished up now for Chappie, but yeah, he doesn't have ulti up if he does want to go park himself toward top. Maybe that's why he's getting the cleave. Okay, so maybe because he's expecting that the Venomancer is just going to go top and pressure the safe lane, he's going to be given the safe lane so he can find farm like this.
But this rotation now is going to be so much weaker without the Nova.
Yeah.
Like it's meant to be veil upgrade into with the Nova to harass out any heroes in this intimidation of the Nova. Like if he did it in secret, then maybe they could still do it. But they did it right underneath the tier 1 tower.
He misclicked, dude. Give him a break.
I know. It's just
They've
the
got
problem.
him surrounded now, though.
Come from above, come from below, bunch of plague wars, TP supports on the way, it's gonna be the Storm Spirit, Laguna Blade, Chappie, tanks through a lot, thanks to that plague ward which is slowing down FNG, he can't reduce the distance, Iceberg killed at FN, that's a big thing, they went for the kill, they lost 2 heroes.
Raindrop saving him, that bonus armor, just every little thing kicking in there at that point. Just tanky enough to be able to do it, so...
They would never have gone for that fight if he had Nova.
Yeah, they definitely wouldn't have, so maybe it was a bait. We'll just call it a bait.
Is this like the arrow catching bait from our Spirit Breaker in our previous series?
Yep. It's a bait. So yeah, okay, I can see why he leveled the cleave now, if this is the case that they were trying to do. You know, when the Veno goes top, he tries to farm the jungle and farm as much as possible. Still not a big fan of it. I would like to see him just have like the 404 or 4031 build. But we'll see if it can pay off. That was huge though for Empire. He wasn't even pressuring a tower. He wasn't even doing anything. He was just farming some neutrals casually, and Spirit tried to bully him, and they end up paying with 2 lives.
And now they pressure.
Yep, and now the pressure comes.
They have a net worth advantage of just shy of 1,000, experience over 1,000.
The big thing
and the snowball begins now.
Yeah, the huge thing actually for Empire is that, and what we were concerned about was the Storm Spirit, right? And look at how well he's doing. Top of the net worth charts.
Yep.
And level 11 already, on his way toward the Bloodstone. So he's going to be quite powerful in the next, well, in the next like 10 minutes or so.
They're
once
hunting
he gets
mid.
that Bloodstone.
They're trying to stop AA. Well, he's already level 6.
He's 6 early. I mean, that's what happens when you get given the lane from like minute 2.
They just saw him. The Observer Ward revealed him. But the other one,
they're looking
Sven
for Roger.
farming underneath it. And, okay. They are not mucking around. Get the kill. I would say they're getting out, but Iceberg wants to farm and get the rune. And then there's a haste rune as well in the bottom river. Troll Warlord. Beating the tier 1 tower.
Yep.
Take a little bit of damage in mid.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Top lane Ghostic wants to go for a play. They might shoot an AA blast. Waiting to see if they do. They do not. They want to instead go for something in the mid lane. FN was looking to jump, but does not.
They're right underneath the Dire Observer Ward.
Yeah.
They throw their sentry looking for it, but Spirit put theirs a little bit further to the south. Putting plague wards inside the tree line, however, that causes a lot more problems for Team Spirit. They can't just stand close. And Ghostic rotates down. Storm Spirit jumping in a long way. He's got the extra help because the puck, Dream Call held them in. Ice Blast looking really good. Hits on Iceberg. He's not low enough, but with the Nova hitting on 3, Vansko will let the ulti go. FN jumps up, but with the Spirit, he'll get the double kill. One more attack to Iceberg.
Oh my god.
Oh, he doesn't shatter. He'll live. May not say the same thing about Sand King, but it's all about Troll Warlord. Running forward, chasing after Maposhka. Ghostic's back, but so is FN. Triple kill, Stasis stun, Laguna Blade as well as Slave. He could have actually stunned him with a Light Strike Array, but Iceberg goes for the damage route instead.
But the Troll and Lina live. Lina lives on, like, no life. The Shatter ends up wearing off before the Storm Spirit gets the last jump to try to finish her. So pretty close fight, but definitely a good lead going for Team Spirit in that one. There's a pretty heavy committed dive from Empire. If Empire had gotten in the Lina, then it would probably have been worth it, but the fact they don't hurts a little bit.
Can't believe she survived that.
Yeah, it's just barely.
Empire should be feeling a little sad about that. All that advantage they worked up. Swings the opposite direction, 3k and basically 3k is the swing. Chappie's back into farming, and Vansko, well, they have the Observer Ward here, so they have good vision. Laguna Blade's got another 15 seconds. Thanks to the defensive Observer Ward from Team Empire, they do scout out Team Spirit moving up and back again.
It's the good thing about Spirit's lineup is they do have a Troll Warlord who, you know, we've talked about a lot in Saint. This hero is a bit greedy because you do take some time to get online. You need to get like your Phase, your SNY, and your Vlads before you can go for that BKB where you become a big driving force. But you look at the other 4 heroes they have, and they're all very early fighting. Earthshaker, CM, Sanking, Lina, all can do stuff way earlier with all that AoE nuke and disable.
Oh, they have Chain Stun. But not when that happens. Phobos took a second to Soul Ring, and that second was too long. Alright, Venomancer. Easy talent. And now he can just Plague Ward farm. Make the wall.
You know, if Sven had had more levels of stun there, they probably would have brought down the Lina. But he has cleave.
Oh, that's bullshit. Look at this!
What happened? Why did it walk down?
It walked down to here! Maposhka was nearby.
Maybe that's why it just
But-
aggroed.
Yeah, it aggroed to him, but Maposhka didn't do anything near the Ancients. It just aggroed.
Oops.
That should have stacked for Chappie. Normally that wouldn't be a huge thing, but when you got plus 30% experience gain, it actually means quite a lot for a Venomancer.
Yeah, I mean, farming Ancients is so good on Veno because of that talent.
Yeah.
It's still like one of the only few camps that are actually like they feel good to still farm in this patch.
I remember I tried Venomancer. That's why I don't like him on the Radiant side as much, because like on Dire side, you can just farm up this area from here.
Yeah.
So you've got the Ancients and then you go to 2 camps, so it's fantastic on Dire side. But on Radiant, all you can do is basically put wards here, and then you can go up and down this direction, that direction. You can't reach the Ancients really, unless you want to commit like tree clearing.
Yeah.
So it's kind of crap.
Definitely not as good for Radiant if you want to Veno jungle.
No.
Disgusting.
But it's the only thing you can do with it. It's very, very effective.
You do farm very fast, yeah.
You really, really do.
Look at the amount of sentry wards that Empire placed inside their own jungle. Just because of that like 1 or 2 aggressive plays that Spirit ended up making and claiming a few kills. This is just Miposhka in a nutshell lately. He has been playing the hard 6 role that we've been seeing a lot of teams actually converting to again now. Saw some teams still doing like the, you know, 2 kind of 4s or a 3.5 and a 4 as their 2 supports, but Empire, VP, a couple others are just starting to get to that point where they have this one completely sacked hero and another, the 4 hero just farming.
Storm has his Bloodstone.
Pretty good timing, 16, 17 minutes after he pretty much didn't even lane, he just jungled.
I think he wants to rotate a little bit. He already had a TP scroll and bought another 2 straight away. Preparing to fight on the Storm Spirit.
Yeah, Puck just got Blink Dagger, so this is their time to start making some moves. They have Puck Blink, they have Storm with the Bloodstone, and Venomancer had just hit level 12 a couple moments ago. So that extra
A couple of moments ago. Now he's level 13.
I mean, he has another double ancient stack, so. So SNY finished up now for BZZ, and he looks like he's actually queued up a Blink Dagger for next to get into the fights. And then
Everyone's
the BKB
TPing
afterwards.
him.
Yeah, they're gonna go for the smoke.
Oh!
They don't actually put Roger into the smoke, so they're just gonna tell him.
Roger had to defend the mid, I think.
Well, I think that they wanted to bring him in the smoke actually, but it actually might be better for them that he's not, because now he shows mid, and maybe it alleviates.
If someone was actually not farming the mid, it would have, and letting the tower take damage, it would have flagged so many warning bells.
Yeah.
Looks like BZZ's already okay. He ain't worried about it. He
dead.
walks straight into it. 49 seconds without him, and they take out the top net worth for that smoke.
Yeah. I actually think that him being mid was better. That's actually the thing. That's pretty funny.
And
so,
now they take the mid tier 1 tower.
Yeah. FNG has finished up his Blink Dagger on the Sanking, and it looks like Sven is building toward a Dominator. I actually really like this pickup that he's going to be going for here. That extra HP regen for his whole team and just having that creep as well.
I'm wondering which creep he goes for. Like, if you get the Alpha Wolf, you increase up the damage, or...
Ice Armor sounds pretty sick this game.
Ooh, Ice Armor. Well, we're turning him into a Lich.
Yeah.
Like, you're running it the same way
they know
Poppy
Lina
did.
is.
What a great Invis rune. He's actually going to start off with the damage, jump forward, and a denial.
Wow. That was fast.
Yeah,
FN didn't even get time to use the pull.
14 Bloodstone charges now for FN, and 8 for the Lina. We watch the difference between the 2 Bloodstone heroes.
Right now it's Empire outmaneuvering Team Spirit, though, making the first indicative rotations because they have the Puck Blink Dagger first. Earthshaker is quite farmed. on his net worth. You look, he's at 5,000, but he's got all these small items. Poor Man's Shield, Raindrop,
Well, he's
Swan.
saving all the cash so he can buy the Blink Dagger.
Yeah. Puck, on the other hand, went straight for the Blink. Treads, Wand, Raindrop Share, but Blink right afterwards.
You may actually have to overprotect the Earthshaker now. Like, ensure he gets the Blink Dagger if this is really going to be what we feel it's going to be, which is Empire hunting packs.
Yeah, that is definitely what it's going to be.
Yeah, you need to protect Phobos. If he falls behind in the Blink Dagger, you lose your initiation. FNG does have his Blink Dagger up, so you have that from him.
He actually went the 1-3-4 build on Sven. I'm still confused why he's not leveling the start, but well, not like 2 levels of the cleave was something, and I know you want to max
He's playing
Warcry,
core. Like he's playing core.
I mean, it's cool for stacking, like stacking ancient creeps. I like the Dominator pickup. The skill build is still a little bit strange to me, but he's making it work so far.
Creep wave on bottom is pressuring in.
I guess like, if he just stacks the ancients for himself, he can get to a point where if he farms them, he can actually be quite a strong core. So, all right, we'll see Roger. I like him as a player a lot, so I'm always interested when I see different type of approaches on a hero.
Chappie's trying to force out the top lane. FN's making the most out of it efficiently as possible, farming. Got a bounty rune stored up for the moment. It's not going to crack anything special, so you may as well burn it. I never understand that. Like, why do you save it?
What, the bounty rune?
Yeah. Like, I can understand, like, if you're... Oh, hello, stack.
They increase every 4 minutes, you know. So at the 4-minute mark, every 4 minutes you can pick it up, it gets a little bit better, but... Yeah, then you don't want to like use it and then maybe accidentally use a bottle charge. I'm not sure.
Does it improve the runes which are already bottled?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's like literally 1 gold or something, or 2 gold and 2 experience, but it's something.
Efficiency. Well, small little mud gold gets us
Vanscore.
on Vanscore, and Dominator already pays off. Crystal Maiden gets wrecked. 1 more Bloodstone charge for FN, and they come to defend the bottom tower, which did take considerable damage, down to 50%. Thanks to the Cardi who was pushing in the lane.
Very passive game though coming out. I mean, as we kind of expect, you know, it's a Troll Warlord game, so it's not going to be Spirit really making the first move in. Yep, okay, that's why Roger's doing the cleave thing, it's so he can get farmed. He's actually stacking ancients and farming them himself.
And then he gets a 2/2/5 mana.
All right, I'm okay with this. Whatever. This is fine actually.
He's got enough for enough Storm Bolts. Even
Yeah,
if they are level 1. And what do you get? Like, you get the damage increase?
For what?
Like, that's what you get for the increase. Like, in
yeah, you just
Stormhammer.
get damage.
It's
a lot of damage though. 325 in an area.
Yeah.
It's quite a lot. But yeah, okay, now you see the idea that he wants to go for him. He wants to become a core hero later on in this game. Alright, that's alright. I'm cool with that.
Iceberg really needs some love. I know his net worth is up quite high, but when those Bloodstone charges come down, he's got no control items. Like, there's no Yule Scepter. Is that actually his there? No, that's FNG's Staff of Wizardry. Like, Lena went BTs into Bloodstone.
Yeah.
But there's no Yule Scepter for control or setup.
There's no save on his team either. There's just a bunch of stuns.
Yep. Top lane, Ice Blast. Sand King wants a TP out. Won't work. FN there once more. 16 Bloodstone charges.
They're making all the moves. Yeah. Empire is the only ones being on the aggression whatsoever. They do have the Blink now finished up on the Earthshaker though, so maybe it could be where Team Spirit actually tries to make some plays happen, but they don't really have great vision on the map either.
PCZ's doing his
just
stack.
1 ward.
Did they? No, they had no vision of this whatsoever.
He doesn't clear this fast though. He doesn't have any type of steroid. He doesn't have Empower or Vengora or anything like that or Bloodlust.
He at least has the Vlads.
Yeah.
But you can see what's coming next. Maposhka, Sentry to begin, sees the stack was being farmed, and may want to leave an Observer Ward behind. Yeah, he does.
Yep.
So now they can actually watch BZZ attempting to reach his BKB money.
He's probably like, Roger, do you have God Strength up? Come clear this, you'll get farmed. But God Strength, he just used God Strength on the other Ancient Camp and finished clearing it. So yeah, I mean, once this game goes passive, that's where this cleave build for Roger actually becomes super beneficial, because it's just a farm game right now. Bottom lane, Iceberg getting gone on. There's no way to cancel the TP though. Ends up escaping.
No, you also have to Venomancer. He's actually going for a Halberd as well.
Yep.
So if Troll tries to initiate on him, that's going to be problematic, to say the least.
They should like all get Halberds versus Troll Warlord this game.
No. You got Halberds. You got the ability to push him away. Thanks to the Hurricane Pike as well. So Chappie's got range attack. He's got reposition, and he's got amplification for all of the magical damage coming in from Empire.
Yep.
And Ghostic is preparing himself for late. he's got the hand of Midas.
Yeah, they're preparing themselves for late game. So that's a cool thing that Roger wants to do.
What's he waiting for,
as well.
though?
And
Like, it's sitting at the courier, and he's still farming up the camp.
someone might be. I guess he's just okay. He's going back to base. I was gonna say someone might be
Right.
telling him to wait on the courier.
He didn't have to. That's a regen rune on top river. But they don't see it. No one sees it.
So again, Team Spirit puts a ward down aggressively in the enemy jungle. It gets instantly dewarded by Miposhka since he has
coming.
new 3 fresh sentry wards placed down. BKB
they-
finished on Spirit. On
Did
the
they
troll.
smoke in range of that obs?
I
Team Spirit are
didn't
all
catch.
smoked up around Roshan. There's a Plague Ward from Chappie sitting inside the pit, so even if they wanted to slip into Roshan and take it, Roger's coming, Echo Slam, Phobos hits the money load with the double light strike array. FNG will get the kill. Storm Spirit goes in deep, triggers the BKB. So does BZZ. Buybacks are available. But that is what Team Spirit was desperately wanting. Sven will buy back, so will the Venomancer. And Team Spirit, that is such a huge advantage money-wise.
Wow, I didn't think that they would use both buybacks instantly. I thought maybe they would use one and then like see if they actually kept going for the rush. I thought the Sven buyback was needed, but I think Veno could have actually held off a bit. Either way, they stop Team Spirit from going for that rush, but yeah.
They lost 1800 from that.
Wow, that was costly.
Yeah.
Takes their lead and gives it to Spirit. And that's the first BKB showing of the Troll Warlord. Didn't even really need to use it too much, but
Yeah,
still,
neither did the
it's
Storm.
It's just being careful, right? You don't want to get comboed up right after you get that kind of initiation from Phobos.
10 and Bloodstone charges.
Yeah.
Iceberg's double light strike array was also perfect. Like
Yep.
the second the Echo Slam connected, it's just an odd way to approach it. Like you could have sent your Alpha Wolf in to have a look instead. Or maybe they just didn't expect it. Maybe that Observer Ward didn't scout out the smoke from Team Spirit, and they felt like that Observer Ward was giving them enough confidence that no one was there from Spirit.
Yeah, it must have been something along those lines. Iceberg now finished up the BKB, level 19 too. And again, Team Spirit has 2 couriers. So
Why
they've been
do they
doing it.
keep doing
They
this?
just keep doing it.
And then they put them on top of each other.
Yeah.
It's very deceiving. It's just...
I'm just trying to notice when they buy the 2 couriers. I'm going to go back into the replay after this and check out when they do it, because there has to be another reason that, like, or something that we're missing. Or someone maybe in the chat can call us out in a couple minutes.
It's all an illusion, man. It's all an illusion. Look at him just... Uh-oh, it's moving. Couriers have a use now.
Money to burn.
Is it just for the obs and sentries? Like, is it like?
I don't know. Maybe it's an obs. Yeah, an obs courier, but I don't know. I've seen it carrying both, so I'm not too sure, Tobes. Not too sure.
Well, Roger's soaking up the experience in mid lane. Phobos is back in the neighborhood. Has his Echo Slam back up. Such a low cooldown. And FN's been very defensive until he can get the Orchid. But Phobos is already preparing for that. Had himself a good fight. They're already going to have a lot of mana, but increased movement speed and the ability to dispel the silence of FN. Your Scepter is what he's building into.
Yeah, just the best item.
Oh,
to set up
FNG's
to.
dead.
FNG, bye-bye.
Quick jump, efficient jump.
17.
17. 10 versus 17.
And for once, Miposha actually gets involved in that kill from where he's standing, so he's actually able to claim experience too. So he's level 12 now, which is much needed on the AA.
Well, Venomancer starting Roshan. Storm's going to come in, try and help out Chappie. Iceberg probably works out something is wrong. Maposhka going to block up the Ancient. It's far enough away from the Sentry Ward that it cannot be instantly dewarded. And Roger is going to God Strength and try and rip apart Roshan. I say rip apart. He's trying to hurt Roshan. Smoke up. Team Spirit are coming in closer. Chappie's still nearby. Double damage rune taken by Chappie. Thought FN jumped out there because he wanted
it.
Yeah, he wanted to fill up his bottle. But he didn't do so. Roshan's almost gone down. They did get rid of the Observe Ward thanks to the 2 sentries planted down by Team Spirit. But Roshan, it goes the way of Team Empire, and Storm quickly goes for the fight, looking for the Crystal Maiden. She's dead so quickly. Phobos realized the BKB wouldn't allow his Fissure to do anything. Then 18 charges.
You see how disciplined this Empire team is playing? Or both teams even. Like, we're watching CIS Grand Final Qualifiers. You'd expect people to kind of just be running at each other, but it's 21 kills at the 29-minute mark, and both teams are very disciplined in the way they take fights. They get a kill and back up pretty much every single time, or get a kill and back up and try to be as efficient as possible.
You're looking at stereotypical Dota. That's what you're thinking of.
Yeah, it's good to see that how disciplined they are being, though, it's really important in these type of games and situations.
I suppose coming over.
Roger.
The Alpha Wolf just stacked up, and Roger, well, has the war cry, so has the armor, but it may not matter. The magical damage of Team Spirit will get through him, and
11.
They did just scout out the triple stack.
Yep.
Maposhka? Maposhka? Okay. That is a confident support doing what he did. But he was getting vision, so Ghostic spent a lot of time on top lane, finding a lot of farm as well.
Fanscore knows that there's an obs ward up here, so he's able to D-ward one at least.
Chappie's jumping over. It's ancient farming time. 30%, 30%, 30%, 30%.
It's so much experience you actually get. It's crazy.
Does he hit 21 from this then with a 30%?
No, he gets 20.
He'll
get like 20 and not, maybe a half actually, since it's big dragons. And he's got the 75 bonus damage too, so he kills it even faster. So how's our Troll Warlord doing? Got the Blink Dagger now with the BKB, level 20 as well for the bonus health, so he's quite tanky, and he's building into that Diffusal Blade to get the catch and also to purge off that War Cry armor from the Sven.
And now the observers are also down from Empire, watching Team Spirit's ancient farming. Also getting a little bit of eyes onto the Troll Warlord's items. Blink, BKB, S, and Y. He's going to go Diffusal as his next item.
Yep.
How's FN doing? Still 18 charges. Getting closer towards his Orchid.
He's feeling good. Level 20. He's got the bonus armor too. 8 armor.
Talisman's almost done for Chappie. So, Halbert almost completed. Taking him a while though.
Yeah, everyone's starting to acquire a good amount of items though.
Oh, they found a target. Ghostic. The BKB just lets BZZ pummel into him.
Did he get first hit bashed or something?
I don't know. He was walking away.
He looks like he expended the coil before that, just before that engagement happened too.
They might have been trying to go on him and get the BKB to be used.
Yeah, I think he tried to do something and he got turned on and then just got... Yeah, the BKB got used, turned, killed him, and then a fissure. Or turned, started hitting him, and then a fissure came in.
What do you think about Lina going in for Shiva's Guard? Like increasing the armor and
definitely needs some survivability because the Lina can, or the Storm Spirit can just pierce through the lines and get into the back line on top of her. So I do like it.
But getting something more like a Lincoln Sphere to block, like I'd say Storm Bolt or Storm Spirit's Orchid, things like this.
I think you still need armor. Armor is the one that he's going for here, and it does also give like the reduced attack speed as well, and you know, some slow for him to kite around. He's super speedy, you know, with the Boots of Traver build. Once you get a couple fiery soul stacks,
he wants to vortex and do something against FNG. Dust will be triggered. FNG TPing out in the tree line will be safe. Phobos was nearby in case things did get a little bit rough. The Chappie back to farming. Like, okay, hits level 22 just walking past Roger farming. Ice Blast was up on top, but Lina is away. BKB burn. There's so many BKB charges being burned. That was his 10-second BKB. Wow, I'm missing all the kills. Phobos actually jumped bottom lane. Echo Slam soloed.
I just jumped in and killed him, yeah. No. I mean, that's whatever. You didn't miss that one. You didn't miss much.
So you get Shivas and BKB now completed on Iceberg.
He's feeling durable.
Yeah. Really good. BKB does let him break off for most of the control abilities I was worried about. I still can't believe that Roger is playing this like another core. He's third lowest net worth, only just behind the SK.
It limits their other 3 heroes from farming, though. That's the thing. Like, it's cool that he's getting like levels and some farm, and it's definitely like needed. But you know, you only have so much space to farm on the map.
It's like shared. Like they're just sharing everything evenly. So if Lina does want to explode one person, it's not going to be enough to turn the complete tide of the battle. So it's like the opposite way you play a Zven lineup, right? Zven's normally the one who has all of the money.
Yeah, but it's a sports fan, so you know it's very different. He buys a gem now too, so he's being very utility based anyway. I still want to see like the halberd picked up for him, but I guess he does need a BKB to actually be relevant in any of these engagements. Bottom big jump onto Phobos.
That's a huge jump, but he's got the man to support it. But then again, you've got the stun, Ice Blast. He blinks away in time. Storm has to jump further forward. The BKB's protecting him from Iceberg, but the BKB wears off in 1 second. Now, a quick jump. Dodges Light Strike Array. Supports come back for the double Burrow Strike for FNG. Chappie as well as Maposhka. They can't commit their big ultimates. In fact, Maposhka gets deleted by Laguna Blade. They'll finally find Phobos. Earthshaker will go down. FN 20 Bloodstone charges. There was no denial possible. Crystal Maiden will fall as well. Team Spirit looked like they could turn that fight around, but all they did was lose.
It was scary for a second for FN there, but having just enough mana to be able to zip out the last second there without getting bursted down, and then with his team coming in so fast and just in quick succession, able to get the stun and get onto the backlines of the Lina. Lina did not even get the Bloodstone deny off.
Yeah.
So BKB was expanded, Lina dies, they don't get the Storm, all they kill out of that is Miposhka, which is a pretty much negligible kill.
And then you take the tier 2 tower as well.
Yeah, that was a huge swing of momentum now going for Empire. It was starting to get close to a 6,000 gold lead for Spirit there too. But now, Puck getting experience from that too, full Aghanims finished up, and almost level 18 now, so max level coil. So that 4.5 second stun duration through those BKBs is going to be quite nice.
And Team Spirit has to be really worried about how much they just gave over. Venomancer is probably going to be our first hero to reach 25. It was looking to me more like it was the Lina or the Troll Warlord. But he is rapidly approaching that that level 25 talent.
They know he's up there. They did get eyes on him from that ward they have placed, so they're trying to make a rotation onto him, but Chappie.
They're
Chappie
already
God
backing up.
knows something's up.
Like, it might even be worth just putting a Plague Ward up on top of this hill. Anywhere where the sentry wards are, make sure there isn't any kind of detection from Spirit. And this will be the next focus of Team Spirit. The tier 1 tower is very, very low.
Not a good place for them to fight,
They've got 2
though.
observer wards there. Yeah, they don't want to fight there, but where else are you going to go? Like, either you battle around Roshan, while the tier 1 tower on the top lane, the shrine's still there. It's a horrible place to fight.
They need vision advantage to take any type of engagements, because they have to get big echo slams on the back lines.
They have it. They see Miposhka. That one observer ward, which is to the south, sees him perfectly. FNG as the epicenter with a 4-star. He can get him pretty damn deep. And then he gets hit by a Plague Ward. But Laguna Blade kills off the Ancient Apparition. Without that ultimate, they may not want to do it, but SK being dragged back in. The boards are actually killing off the Courier. FNG will die as well. FN up to cover his own BKB, gets back out again. Iceberg separated from the rest of his team by the fissure. Sven wants to do damage. He can't do enough just yet, but the Dream Call holds them all in. FN back into the fight. The Troll Warlord, he has some extra help. The fissure is perfect. Storm Spirit will die. He cannot deny himself. Ghostic is retreating. Meanwhile, Chappie was able to kill off Phobos, and Ghostic's going back in again. Picks up the Crystal Maiden. The Plague Wards killed off couriers and heroes in that fight, not to mention the Nova, which continued to tick down Spirit.
Yeah. Iceberg coming in from perfect angle there, gets the catch on the AA right at the start. So that was pretty much the dream fight for Team Spirit there. The only problem was that FNG died without pretty much getting able to use anything because he gets blown up by FN just jumping on him. And then the fissure actually kind of blocked Team Spirit for a moment from the Phobos fissure, that is. But yeah, that's pretty much the perfect fight that they see coming. And they actually don't even clean up everybody. They got 3, and they got more important heroes, though, which is the bigger deal.
The critical thing for Empire now is the fact there's no Echo Slam for the moment. And they can just go for Roshan. Without the Echo Slam, going Roshan is not really that intimidating.
Yeah, it's actually pretty important that you say that. That's a good call. It's that, you know, Team Spirit really needs, you know, they're very cooldown reliant to take those type of team fights. While you look at Empires, their biggest cooldown they have is Venom ult. It's 100 seconds. And everything else, or every other ability that they have is super important, and they have like no cooldown pretty much.
And it's getting to a point too where I don't know if you can actually get your abilities off. Venomancer is the bane of any Blink Dagger hero's existence.
Yeah.
And both your initiators are Blink Dagger heroes. The Troll Warlord, like, he also has a Blink Dagger. If you get hit by these Plague Wards, which are not easy to kill off, like, that's what stopped FNG from having an epicenter in that fight.
Yep.
He got hit by a Plague Ward, which was just around the corner from him.
And then he spotted, and then that's when FN just jumps him.
Yep.
So it's the vision that comes out from Empire that can really cripple Spirit. And now with the Aegis and Cheese being picked up, there's like no way that Team Spirit wants to take any type of engagement. And this just gives Empire more time to farm up and get their levels. And what comes with levels is Puck level 25. Level 20 now.
He's got the amplification from spells.
Yeah. And with that Aghanims, that fight could have almost been even scarier. You know, he got the 4.5 second stun duration on the Lina through the BKB there.
We're seeing one of the biggest item answers to the Venomancer arrive now on Phobos. The Shadow Blade will be on him. So as long as there's no invis detection, Phobos can get closer to get his ulti off without being harassed by these level 4 Plague Wards. But he needs to have teammates. two of which just got scanned on the bottom lane. FNG and Vanscore. And then Dire also scan. Everyone knows that everyone is there. They'll jump forward. The Burrow Strike onto the Sven. Venomancer's there. But then FN, long jump in. Iceberg protected by his own BKB. The Vortex, Troll Warlord. He actually blinked and got himself stuck in the trees. He can't get back out again. Echo Slam will shut down the puck. Ice Blast will connect onto Iceberg. But Troll Warlord, now he can finally get back out again. Pushed away. Sad Trombone, you bet your Nelly. Troll Warlord, he couldn't do anything. The smidge tree area he blinked into becomes a disaster.
Did he BKB and blink into it?
Yes, he did. He couldn't even be pushed out. He was stuck.
That is... Alright, I'll be right back. That's the most unfortunate thing I've actually seen happen in a game in a long time. That kind of situation.
What a time. Like, he could have won that fight as well if he can get out there and fight.
He definitely could have, because he was in the back lines. They do have the cheese, and the Aegis still is the one big thing, so I'm pretty sure that they still would have... They probably still would have lost the fight, but that might have just, like, put a nail in their coffin.
It may even just tilt the Troll Warlord. Like, no buyback available is already problematic.
Yeah, he had just bought a full Eye of Scotty for that engagement.
Yep.
Like, he went all in for that. And he took he's level 25, so he took the 25 or the 20% magic.
Chappy. Hurricane Pike avoids FNG. He's still got the cheese. That's why he's being so aggressive. And with these bloody Plague Wards, they can just slowly, I say slowly, they do quite a fair chunk of damage, but they can just siege up. Laguna Blade, nice double Burrow Strike, catching two. Phobos will capitalize. Ice Blast connects in on both of the heroes. That's so much damage. The Gale will connect. You've just lost your SK, and FN keeps the pressure up. A quick Yule Scepter up and towards the air. Earthshaker, Cold Feeded, still backing up. The Plague Wards, oh, the Dream Call. It catches Vanscore, and Iceberg, he's stuck. He has to stay here, even with the BKB. Phobos trying to lend a little bit more help, but the Nova is out. The Storm Bolt, Sven is there. Team Spirit, they're all down. Troll will come back. But it all started with an unfortunate blink into the tree line, and it's now escalated to 4 heroes down with no buyback, and Troll looking at his horrible situation.
It's full Megas here.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be. It could even just be the game.
Oh my goodness.
The Plague Wards are everywhere, taking out buildings. BZZ. Like, he can't even range your ass. Like, he throws a couple of axes, but it's like throwing feathers.
He's alone. They can turn out. If he gets just grabbed up, he can just die. I mean, they're focusing more on buildings, but as they should be. And yeah, it's Megas, and that's pretty much a good game. They're actually going to jump in and commit. They get the Vortex on him as well. He's got the magic.
He's got no buyback.
But he should just get brought down from this.
Oh, boy. BKB used for protection. Vanscore lets the ulti go. FN trying to get close enough, and they're able to. The Dream Call cancels the ultimate. Sand King can let the epicenter go, but all he can end up doing is just putting up a small sandstorm inside of his own base, and they're killing him under the fountain. GG, well played. Team Empire. 3-0 it out, and they will represent the CIS region alongside the directly invited Virtus Pro at the upcoming International.
Wow. Very nice display coming out from Empire today, though, and yesterday. They just look very dominant. Their drafts look very strong, and just the way that they play around it. They're playing so much more disciplined than I've seen this team play like ever before.
Yep.
Miposhka, like I mentioned, he's playing this like super hard support role. He's having sentries everywhere, so they always seem to have the vision advantage in these games, and they play around it really well, taking fights at like always the opportunity that they want to. Team Spirit with an unfortunate mistake in this game, of course. You know, they were looking pretty good, but that one blink in the trees by the Troll Warlord actually really screwed them over pretty hard because he had just spent all his gold, and they lose so much out of that one fight.
It's so brutal as well. You can look back at it and you'll realize with the BKB is, I believe SK was nearby with a 4-staff. He could have pushed him out if only. That was brutal.
FNG was like not able to really do much in this game, though. You saw him get a pretty decent time blink dagger, I think, in both games, like between the 14 and 17 minute mark, I believe, in this one and the last one. But this one, there was no epicenters. He couldn't, like, there's just too much vision coming out from Empire, getting into the back lines, and
the Venomancer
makes it
pick up,
too difficult.
The fact that they were also able to utilize, like, Team Empire just seemed to have so much space to continuously farm. Like, it was stack after stack. Originally, I thought Team Spirit were assaulting so deep into the Radiant jungle that Team Empire wouldn't have space to do what they did.
Yeah.
But that assault only lasted for like 10 minutes, and then it flatlined. Then it was like, okay, now we'll move back to our farm. We're Troll. We've got to be passive. We've got We've got Iceberg, who's not really getting the best initiation. He already lost Bloodstone charges at the beginning, so let's be a little bit more safe about this. And I don't know, it fell apart. It fell apart for Team Spirit very quickly.
Yeah, it really did. Like you said, though, they tried to invade the enemy jungle and all that, but yeah, I think it's just like the way that Empire plays. They're playing very smart. They're distributing their resources nicely, and they're very focused on keeping the vision game going in all these games, and they're winning it based off of that too.
Well, congratulations. Let's see if Team Empire can actually break the CIS curse that comes along with the name of Team Empire. In fact, they were one of the first ones to start it off.
Yes, they were.
Hey, we had ourselves a really good performance in the qualifiers. Now we played like shite. This was the big problem they had in the past, but I'm looking forward to this nicely disciplined squad showing what they've got alongside Virtus Pro, who already helped break the CIS curse in the CIS region during the Kiev Major. So, terrific Dota to come up. Congratulations, Empire. Still big props to Team Spirit for getting through. Unfortunately for them in the CIS region, there is no prize for second place. You can keep checking out all the Dota which is happening across the board. BTS 1's currently doing the European playoffs. You know there's the American playoffs coming up soon, and China will also continue through the evening. So, stay tuned for all of that. You can find it on the other channels. For now, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.